Bullock tonight. Azare had a season high in blocks with 3. Nneka season high in points, 30, first 30-point game of the season, 12th 20+ game of the season for her. Jordin, first double of the season, 20 points and 10 assists, which is an assist season high.
Hey, Michael?
No way. Ladies, you were able to end this losing streak. Just what's the feeling that you have right now? And for you, JC, we have to talk about the shot.
Well, it's a great feeling to have when you win. We've been facing a lot of adversity the first half of the season. So it feels good to win, and we like how this feels, and we just want to keep this going. And the game winning shot, I was feeling confident all night in shooting, and I just tried to make a play and win in. So that's it.
Ladies, again, we saw an electric game today. Can you talk a little bit about what the feeling was and coming out of that last huddle before going into that shot? Like, what was the strategy from the team experience?
Well, the play was to get it to Nneka, and I saw that she was being denied by Boston, so I just tried to get it in and make a play. Like I said previously, I wanted to get to the rim, but I knew, like I said, I was confident in my shot all night, so I just took it, and thankfully it went in. So yeah.
David?
And Nneka, Coach was talking a little while ago about how this game in particular was going to be a game where you relied on the post a lot, your post play, and as your teammate just mentioned, that down the stretch the play was to get the ball into you. 24 shots. Was that is just something was it by design? That you were able to. You kind of got into a rhythm offensively, or was that just kind of like, just kind of feel how the game went, see how the defense was playing you a little bit?
I think, it's no secret that I'm probably going to be involved in a lot of plays. But I usually try to let the game come to me and try to figure out, how I'm being guarded, how I'm being defended. And of course, you have to match their post energy. They have a really strong front court. So coming in and doing my best to not just be aggressive, but be kind of be sure of when I'm open and going out there and taking as good of a shot as I can. And doing what I can also to facilitate in those moments. I don't always have to take the shot. I'm still kind of managing that part of me. You guys have been watching me play for a while, so efficiency is kind of the name of my game. But I do know that sometimes me taking the shot is the right play. So I'm trying to get better and more comfortable with that.
Fredo?
JC, Fredo Cervantes here with Infinity TV. What a big time shot, to get the team over the hump over the last few weeks. No victories here, but there's still a few weeks left in the season. What do you feel that it's going to take for this team all collectively to kind of put something together and make a late playoff push?
Yeah, I think we're building our chemistry. As you can see, everybody that was injured is back. We still have a couple people out, but, we've had different lineups throughout the whole season and just trying to figure each other out. And we're doing a better job of communicating and talking amongst each other and seeing what works, what doesn't work, and just being aggressive and being patient. We keep our composure, which is something that is really good with this team. We try to we celebrate each other, we encourage each other, we fight, we compete day in and day out. And, we're going to continue to build on this win. But, it's all about sticking together. And, we're in the locker room, on the court, off the court. And that's what it's all about. So we just want to continue this momentum that we have and continuing to build and see what we need to do to get better. But ultimately, just trying to build that chemistry and staying aggressive.
My question is for Nneka. In that fourth quarter, looked like things got a little bit chippy with Boston there as the game continued to tighten up. How were you able to stay effective and stay efficient in those closing minutes with the game going back and forth and her guarding you more and more in the fourth?
You got to keep playing. It's going to be physical. So I'm not going to back down. Especially when it comes to those tight games, you can't be scared. And at the end of the day, you just got to play the game. I'm always someone who wants to respect the game and play the game. So I'm going to be as aggressive as I can and get the calls that look like calls.
Come on. Jordin, Monterey at Winsider. For you tonight, you had 10 assists on top 20 points. How are you able to balance scoring and facilitate?
Well, I mean, that's my job as a PG. I gotta be able to take shots when I'm open and be aggressive, but also facilitate to my teammates. And I love passing. You know, I love to get shots from my teammates and give the ball to Nneka and let her do work. Lexi, Carl, everybody, to be honest, just trying to read the floor and take what the defense gives me, but also knowing that I am someone that likes to score and just knowing when to pick and choose my moments and make good decisions.
Jordan, you mentioned earlier, you guys are a very composed team, and you know, after you hit that 3-pointer, you barely moved a muscle. Honestly, I feel like you were like box score. Like, how do you, I don't know, keep that level-headed meter during the game, and like, do you ever just want to like let out a little bit?
Well, the game wasn't over. They had 3 seconds left, so I was focused on getting a stop. You know, I didn't want to celebrate just yet, but I was thankful that my teammates, you know, celebrated for me. But you know, as a PG, I'm always locked in. I want to make sure the game is over before I can start celebrating. So that's just the mentality that I have. But yeah, I mean, I was thankful that we got that last stop and I was able to celebrate after. But that's just something that I've always, you know, had in my game, is making sure that, you know, we get a stop first and then I can celebrate.
John?
Congrats on breaking the losing streak. Congrats on getting this win. Before the game, Coach Miller and I talked about the fact that this was going to come down to energy, effort, grit, determination, things like that. How do you assess those words when you three kind of led the charge with Azure as well, combining for 65 points, and even in the first half, I had your trio down for 39 points versus the Future's 38.
I mean, you know, I think that's kind of like where we lock in to what our strengths are, which is that kind of composure, but then bringing the focus and the energy with us knowing that we can kind of, you know, weather the storm a little bit. And I thought that we started the game off well today, you know, coming out with energy. And that's on us, you know, the first 5, we have to come out with as much energy as we can. And each game, when you have like intention and I guess like a focus, it's kind of, it channels that energy towards something. And so I think that we're understanding how we can do that each game with different opponents. And also with each opportunity to just have a good game and play and give a good game and play good basketball.
Last question on Zoom.
Hey, thanks for taking the question. Congrats on the win. It's really great to break the losing streak. I just wanted to ask about what you saw from some of the younger players who came in and played their role tonight, you know, especially Zaya getting that rebound right at the end where you could call the timeout, and just talk about how they played their role tonight.
Yeah, I mean, Zaya and Ray, they come in and they do what they need to do and help us. You know, it's tough when, you know, the minutes, you know, come and go, but I think they have the mentality of always staying consistent and being consistent and doing what we asked them to do. And it was huge for Zaya to come up with that rebound, despite, you know, going 1 for 9. She's just locked in, and same with Ray, always being aggressive and giving us, you know, the minutes that, you know, they deserve. And when they come in, they're attacking, they're being aggressive, they're taking shots. And even though some of the time they're not falling, it's just, you know, them being a part of this group. We just appreciate how hard they work and the effort that they give day in and day out, regardless of how many minutes they play. And tonight it showed Zaya coming up with that big rebound and Ray playing a couple minutes as well. But you know, they're always ready. And I tell them to stay ready because, you know, their moment could be called at any moment. So yeah, I'm just proud of those two for always coming in and giving consistent effort regardless of the situation.
And hey, what are y'all gonna do tomorrow to celebrate the win?
Lay down.
I don't blame you.
Thank you.
Good win, ladies.
Thank you.
You guys said, you guys said, you make all the